When you hear the sound of the bell, you know you're in the championship rounds with King Amin of Essex. Let's get to it. I'm going to get into the fight week recap, which coincidentally kind of spills into some of the news that's happening this week. First and foremost, I think I talked about it on IG. Skye Nicolson, is she ready with this new style? The boxer, the artist, the dancer. Think Devin Haney, think Shakur. I don't want to, judge, as far as entertainment value, but that is the style. She is a pure boxer. And coincidentally, yes, she got her first stoppage of her career. And called out Amanda Serrano, been calling for it. And as a young fighter, period, whatever you're doing in life, reaching for greatness, you have to have audacity. Many people believe that Nicholson is in no way ready, physically, mentally, to go to war with Serrano. But why not give the young upstart an opportunity? All right. So um, we'll see how that turns out for her. I think obviously she'll have another fight or two, because we'll talk about some of the politics when we get to Katie Taylor later. But the Katie Taylor Chantelle Cameron fight as a whole, I'm not going to use too much hyperbole. I'm just going to say, yes, the word robbery is a bit strong, but I totally disagree with the decision. Easily 96-94, Cameron, easily the knockdown should have been scored. And in those instances, we saw the same thing with the Usyk fight. We say you can't blame the fighter. The referee should have done this, and so on and so forth. Well, whatever and however, the outcome, I think it was just, very disappointed, very disappointed. But the bigger thing is the narrative. Whoever the collective they for marketing, obviously Eddie Hearn and Matchroom, they want to market her as a two-division undisputed. They've seen other fighters do it. Obviously, Clarissa Shields, Terrence Crawford recently. So they just want to market her. That's the new marketing for champions that are either off the voided or seemingly got nothing left to prove. The two-time undisputed. And they wanted Taylor to be a two-time undisputed. Complete bullshit. Complete bullshit. That's the way I see it. You gotta watch fights with the sound off and use your fucking common sense. With that said, and it's how you know it's bullshit. Because a couple weeks ago, just about a week ago, maybe two, Katie Taylor, I don't see the sense of 12-round fights. I don't see the point. Now all of a sudden, so she could fucking duck. Remember I talked about young upstarts? She's trying to duck Caroline Dubois. Y'all don't see that? Caroline Dubois got an IBO, which people sometimes don't recognize, what have you, but she's trying to get the fuck up out of there. Right? Tell me I'm wrong. So you don't like the 12-minute rounds, but now when it comes to a rematch with Serrano, oh yeah, we can do that. You obviously owe Chantelle Cameron a rematch in Croke Park. Cool, do that shit so she can get her get back. But I'm getting a little bored with the Katie Taylor narrative. That's exactly what it is at this point, because she's past the point of where she has to prove any accomplishment. She's great. We know how great she is, but you can't make her a two-time undisputed and tilting the board. But yeah, man, she's ducking Caroline Dubois in the long run. And now I believe the WBO gave her an option. She has to decide whether she wants to contend at 140 with the belts or 135. I don't know, man. Listen, if she stays at 135, she needs to hang around and fight Caroline Dubois. And this is going back to kind of the Serrano Nicholson situation. If you're going to stick around, give the young upstarts an opportunity. Give them a crack at you. Sometimes these old heads get together and keep the money amongst themselves, but it's not for me to dissuade how you earn your keep and how you support your family for the long, because you ain't digging in my motherfucking pocket, so I totally get it. But just for the sake of giving those fighters, that's it's kind of the responsibility of fighters, to you either give the young motherfucker a shot or you relinquish them from that pressure. You see what Terrence Crawford did with Boots Ennis. He's like, yo, trust me. Let him build his own legacy. Let him take this belt, start building his own championship legacy. Don't push him into his legacy has to be built off whether or not he beats Terrence Crawford. These people's legacies, you know, these younger fighters, if you're going to give them an opportunity, give them a crack at you. If not, relinquish those belts. Don't fucking hold them hostage and undisputed. I'm not with that. I'm not with that. So, yeah. Now, talking about championships, not undisputed. There's a lot of bouts scattered around at bantamweight. But one of the most popular fighters at bantamweight is Ebanie Bridges. She's scheduled to fight not this week, next week on the Haney-Prograis card. Turns out her opponent, Avril Mathey, she pulled out. And now, see, her new opponent is Miyoto Yoshida. And she just lost to Shurretta Metcalf out of Dallas, Texas. That fight was for the mandatory. So I'm only hoping that, you know, the politics of it is that they paid Chicken. That's a nickname. If y'all in Dallas, y'all know they paid Chicken, Slim Goody. They paid her. I'm supposing, I'm hoping that they gave us some step aside money to allow Bridges a fight to kind of get, you know, reacclimated. I don't see Bridges as the type to duck, but Matchroom, man, they be doing some funny shit over there. So I just don't see why or how, but I understand Bridges coming off of injury. You know, she got to get her feet up under her, so she can't jump in there with the Mando. Cool, you jump in there with the girl that fought the Mando, but then you gotta, you know, I don't want this to turn into something, you know, that I call, you know, A-side slut talk, you know, and if I call it that on the men's side, I gotta call it that over here. Sometimes you just can't pull the strings and move the goalposts because you're the champion or the bigger name and all that shit. Yeah, you have your privileges and your entitlements, and I suppose that's the way the game is, but you know, it just doesn't look good, you know. But who gives a fuck? Ebanie Bridges sure look good, but that act may not look good should she avoid Shurretta Metcalf. Metcalf deserves that fight, and she beat Yoshida's ass. She deserves a fight. So let's hope it happens. What I know is happening this weekend, very thin on the women's boxing, probably something in Yugoslavia, one of them Eastern Bloc countries. But most notable, you got Raven Chapman. She's in there against Lucie, what's her last name? Sedlackova. I don't know who she is, but she's 15-1 and she's got 6 knockouts. So I'm curious. Of course, she's moving up in weight, so the power is probably not going to be evident against Chapman. Chapman herself, with she's got 2 knockouts and she's 7-0. So, you know, this is going to be a good fight. Of course, she is in the featherweight division and she's of that GB boxing pedigree. So, you know, if you want to get on the early developments to see who these fighters become, this is your opportunity. Tune in to see Raven Chapman. If I missed anything, let me know in the comments, either here on IG or on Twitter. All right. Championship rounds, you know what it is, ladies and gentlemen, and especially the ladies. Women's boxing is boxing. Boxing is our thing. I'm out.